So we have 3 screws here, and I loosened them up now.
มันจะมีสกรูอยู่3ตัวตรงนี้ไอ้ที่ตัวปรับตัวหัวนอสเซล 1, 2, 3 right
Yeah. So you see you have now play in it, huh? Because I lose it, which is in between the base and the slider. Yeah. So we have, how can I show you that? We have, this one is this, and then we have the slider inside, huh? And then we have screws pushing on here to make sure to fix.
ล็อกเพลาข้างใน
บังคับ
ไม่ให้บังคับ
So from time to time, you will need to screw them to tighten them a little bit, but don't tighten them up
ให้
completely.
ตึงพอดีไม่ต้องตึงมาก
So just finger tight, just like
ใช้แบบแค่นิ้ว
Really soft
ไม่ต้องแบบเอาต่อด้าม
because if you make it too strong, it's hard to
เพราะว่าถ้าแข็งมากจะปรับเลยที่ขยับสไลด์ไงปรับไม่ได้
And this one is a hand screw where you can tighten strong as soon as you have fixed the nozzle. You all the Taiwanese people will learn that tomorrow. Yeah. So then you can fix the nozzle in place. But that is the same screw, but you can just easily lose it and then tighten it. Huh? Don't check here first. Check always these 3 screws first. Huh? And
บอก
this
เวลา
is
ตรวจให้ดูที่สกรู3ตัวนี้ก่อนที่จะดูข้างบน
And this is probably something you need or the customer needs to do depending again on the usage every week or maybe even twice a week or so. But it's really just like tuck, tuck, that's done. So it's 1 or 2 seconds twice a week. Huh? That's it. Important that the customer know, hey, I need from time to time I need to retighten them. Okay, so this is an important point. Never touch these screws. You don't need to touch. Don't go too tight.
น็อต2ตัวนี้ห้ามยุ่งเลย2ตัวนี้ห้ามยุ่งเลย
Unless you have really a problem and you see, hey, we have a problem in there, or something that they don't have a huge torque on it. So if you would go there and they have Loctite in there, because it needs to be moving.
มีเป็นเหมือนพ่อเนี่ยมันมีการเคลื่อนที่เนี่ยถ้าเราล็อกอะไรมันมากไปเนี่ยมันจะไม่เคลื่อนที่ได้อยู่นะ
Especially to the customer, like some operator loosening some the 2 screw.
Yeah.
How
Yeah, you
can
should.
how can I adjust?
Touch them because they are secure, and if you loosen them, they're loose. This glue, so the glue has not that much action in it. If someone is doing it anyway, just make sure that you're not. I mean, first of all I would screw it out completely and Loctite again, one of these blue glue. Screw it in again, and then don't tighten it up too fast. I mean, just tighten it as fast, as much that you still can move it by hand.
Maybe I think it should be marking. It's like a marking.
That doesn't help. Doesn't help. Because it's so different, it might change also over the time. After 2-3 years, it won't be the same. So if you have to lose it, just screw them up, clean them, put some Loctite in again, and then tighten it up so you still can move it. As soon as you can't move it from hand, then loosen it a little bit again. Most important for the moment, we're not talking about 4 or 5 years from now, don't touch it. Then you don't have problems. These are especially these 4 screws, huh? on the other side. Okay, so far so good.
Okay.
First of all, this is how the heating element looks like a Cuban cigar. It's not a Leicester heating element. Because we don't have such heating element.
Yes,
Yeah. No, but hold on, I give it to you right away, but I want to tell you first a few things about it. So it's a Sylvania heating element. They belong to the Osram group. They do all these lamps and all that stuff. So they're very experienced in everything which is glowing and heating, because a lamp is nothing else than a heating element at the end of the day. So it's a really good heating element. They have a really long lifespan on it. And that's why we have a lot of air volume and a lot of pressure going through, more than we have on our automatic or hand tools. So that's why we don't have that style of heating element. So we may develop one in the future, but we thought this one is so good, why shouldn't we use that one? Because if we do it, it gets more expensive probably. So we still use that, and it's a pretty affordable heating element, because selling price is something like 160, I believe, 160 Swiss francs. So it's the selling price, not your price. Your price is around 100, I believe. So it's pretty affordable. It's okay. We have a really, really long lifespan on it. What you have to take care, there is the insulation. It's not ceramic like on ours. It's glass. So if you drop it, you can throw it away. That's why I liked to tell you first. Yeah.
Even our heating element also, if you drop it, our heating element also, if you drop on the floor.
Yeah, you shouldn't do it as well. You shouldn't do it as well, but it's not. Most of them, they're still okay. But this one, because it's glass inside, you may are lucky and it's still okay as well. But a lot of them break right away, so you can give it around. I've met customers, they use the machine 8 hours daily, and they have the heating element for 3-4 years. So it has a really long lifespan. But then we have other customers, they use the machine always at 700 degrees. It's like 6 months. But it's really, really good. So that's why we can't give a warranty as well. To remove that cap, always make sure you really unplug the machine.
เวลาเปลี่ยน heating element ก็ต้องตัดไฟออกก่อน
Yeah. Because there is a voltage sign on it here, high voltage sign. This is not without reason, because you have 230 or 240 volts here.
เพราะตรงนี้มีไฟ 230 โวลต์เข้ามาที่นี่ต้องลอง
Should be with screw or should be no screw? Should be with a screw or no screw?
There is no screw, it's
No
just
screw.
a clip.
ตรงนี้ยังไม่มีสกรู
เป็นบอล
แค่คลิปเข้าไปเฉย
เป็นบอล
Yeah, it's pretty good. It doesn't go anywhere because there is no force on it. It's just a cover.
ๆแค่ฝากเฉย
เป็นบอลล็อกเลย
Okay. Now, do you have this little ratchet set? You have a little ratchet set?
ไปเอาไปเอาใส่
ๆอ๋อตัวหกเหลี่ยม
ไม่ใช่
ไม่ใช่หกเหลี่ยม
That's itไม่ใช่ That's it
ไม่ต้องบล็อกไงเป็นบล็อกเข้ามา
ไม่ใช่ That's it
Long.
That's okay
Yeah, very good. Top. Champion. That afterwards to the screw. There are little washers. Take that as well. And you see here are high power, so if you then otherwise you look like me. I made it once.
So you did one time, right?
But if you do it the second time, you'll get a lot of
The first
We will
time,
come back.
the first time I had little.
Second time we come back.
Yeah. Maybe. No, I did it already 2 times. First time I had curls. The second time it was like. And then I thought a dog is here, but it was my hair. Okay, and then you have you see this little here, these little pieces. This is
จะ
important.
มีอลูมิเนียมเป็นสี่เหลี่ยมอยู่ก้อนหนึ่ง
This one here. So you see the hole is not in the middle.
รูจะไม่ได้อยู่ตรงกลาง
That's by purpose. It was not someone who was drunk, like. So that's by purpose, huh? And because you need to make sure this fits in here, and make sure you push down on this little.
คือเวลาวางในตัวแผ่นสี่เหลี่ยมต้องไปชนในตรงขอบข้างตรงนี้
So if you mount it, make sure you take the
สี่
side
เหลี่ยมไม่รูจะไม่อยู่
which
ตรงกลาง
fits, huh? If you would, for example, if you use it like that,
ก็
you
จะยื่น
would
ออกมา
you wouldn't push it
ไก
down.
ด์ล็อก
Huh?
ใช่
So make sure either you mark it if you take it out, take a waterproofed pen and mark it quickly, or make sure afterwards you check that you have a good contact there. Huh?
คือบางทีถ้าทำก็มาร์กสีไว้ก็ได้ว่าตรงนี้
You don't know what I'm talking about from there.
มาร์กสีที่สี่เหลี่ยม
Okay, you can do it afterwards. Okay, and then it's just stick in there, huh? Then you get to
เสียงนี้เลยมันเล่นขั้วอารมณ์เข้าที่นี่เลยนี่ไงเป็นอย่างนี้เลยนะครับลมผ่านนี้ไปเข้าที่ตรงก็ดีนะถ้าเป็นแบบไฟเซอร์มันจะพ่นด้วยต้องเห็นแล้วมันเสียงตรงนี้ตรงนี้มันน่าจะเข้าข้างใน
Excuse me, Daniel.
Yep.
It have some the airflow leakage in this area. What happened in the heating unit? No. Some. I mean that the airflow leakage.
I mean, if it leaks too much, I mean, it will burn.
Big yeah.
I mean, if you have no air in the heating element, it's like with the other heating elements,
Affected by the sample.
then it will damage the heating element. Yeah. But you will recognize pretty quick because you will hear it and it will blow out here. So you will see.
We can check the ohm of the heating.
Yeah, yeah. You can check it. It's 3.6 kilowatt. There is in the troubleshooting. I don't have it in mind how much the ohm is, but it's in the troubleshooting which you have on the stick. So you can measure the ohms to check if it's still okay. Huh? You can voltage here, but then yeah, be careful. Huh? Someone who knows electricity should do it. But most of the time, yeah, if you don't get any more heat, it's most of the time the heating element. One exception is the thermocouple, which can break from time to time as well. But this will hold quite some time, a few years probably.
ตรงนี้เวลาปิดเรียนเมนก็ให้ระวังตัวลมคัพเปิลที่อยู่ด้านหน้า
And if the thermocouple breaks, you will have a weird number in the display. So you will have like 1000 degrees or something like that, something which cannot be. And then you know it's the thermocouple. That's the error message. So you have a number which is not possible. You have 1000 degrees. If you have Fahrenheit, if you adjusted the machine to Fahrenheit, you have 2000 Fahrenheit.
ก็คือเวลาไส้ฮีทขาดก็จะมาโชว์ที่หน้าจอทัชสกรีนว่าไส้ฮีทขาด
So if you have to replace it, you take it out. As you can see here, to explain again, these little washers here, they need to fit on this little edge here, huh? To make sure it's pushed in, huh? Everybody understands? Yeah.
ตัวไกด์ล็อกต้องล็อกทั้งสองข้างสี่เหลี่ยม
To get it back, we take the new heating element, just push it in first a little bit, then it's easier. Put that one back here. Put that one back a little bit and then add this one, just stick it on, slide it back in, and then
แล้วก็สไลด์เข้าไป
Excuse me, Daniel.
yep. The insulation is glass, So if the heating element breaks, then most of the time you have all the wires, the heating wires and the glass, and you have particles in here. So it's really important that you remove. To remove the nozzle, then you take a gun like that. Wear goggles because it's glass, a little glass plate.
คือถ้าฮีทที่มันเสียเนี่ยบางทีมันมี
And there you have little holes in here. It's not just a slide here. If you look against the light and you look in here, you see there are tiny holes in here. So it's really important that you blow from that side as well, because the bigger hole is on that side. So on that side, clean it really well. Look once inside here, and then you see the small holes against the light. Huh?
Yeah, I see.
You see? And then you replace it, and everything is blocked, and then the new heating element is burning after a short time again. All of this, what I explain here, is explained in the troubleshooting as well. So you don't need to remind everything. If you need to replace, go into the troubleshooting, go step by step, and you are on the safe side.
อันนี้ก็ทำให้ดูก็บางทีทำให้ดูในคู่มือก็ได้ว่าวิธี
Air is recycling inside that, so we have a little seat down there which you need to find. So if you, so you see, now I'm actually at the end, but I'm not down, huh? So you need to find the little seat down there, because there is just a little